the word around baseball, according to Buster Olney and some executives, is that Alec Bohm is pretty much going to be moved. Now, we've had the conversation. Their best option at third base next year could be Alec Bohm.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if it happens. Alex Bregman, I think, is out. If Scott Boras is pushing 11 years and $350 million, that doesn't mean he's going to get it, but he's not going to settle for a lower, higher pay kind of deal. So I think the Phillies are all but out of that one. Obviously, he's the crown jewel of the third baseman market. The other reason I just think that has no possibility is because he did receive a qualifying offer.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to give up two draft picks on top of paying an exorbitant amount of money for a guy that is a really good player, but he is turning 31 years old. And, you know, do you really want to lock in long-term to Alex Bregman? Probably not. Yeah. So let's look at some of the other names in the free agent market of third baseman. First up, J.D. Davis is a guy that's out there. A solid year last year. He is a free agent, another 31-year-old, 6'3", 218. Numbers last year, his WAR was actually a 1.7, which isn't bad. He will be 32 by the time Tyler. Every time I say the word WAR, he pops up like a meek rat over the computer monitor. Like, did you just say WAR? JD Davis will be 32. I don't know. Doesn't really do like a ton for me. I'd rather just keep Alec Bohm.
Okay.
So he's the first one. Any strong feelings on JD Davis?
Listen, I think it's weird because Alec Bohm is one that to move on from him after an incredible all-star season that he had where he showed so many glimpses top of the cross.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was negative 0.4 last year. Career 1.7.
That's what I was kind of doing stink face for. I'm like, are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah, no, he stinks. I'm out.
No, okay. I was gonna go a long way of saying like no.
Yeah.
I do think again, whoever you're putting at third base is a tricky one because you're not moving on from Alec Bohm because you need to upgrade him. Like obviously we know the struggles he had in the NLDS. We know the struggles he had late in September. But for Alec Bohm, statistically, it was a great season. You know, the numbers that he posted is 881 OPS. His his better OPS than he had at an 881 OPS back years ago. The slash line, the home runs, the RBIs, the doubles, everything that Alec Bohm provided you, it's hard to upgrade from that. But you do need someone, I think what I'm looking for in a third baseman, if they move on from him, if truly is on the trade block, it's not just about the stats. I think you also need, which is weird to say, I know, but bear with me here. We saw him struggle to handle adversity, the frustration, the anger, the issues that he had, of emotion and passion that were also maybe a sign of some immaturity. Everything from, I bleeping hate this place, which he moved on from. He now loves this place. But this season, we still saw some of that same unhinged emotion that they haven't been able to bottle up in a positive way. So I think a third baseman would have to be someone that's steady and that's mature. Now, that's not JD Davis. I don't think he's the answer for that. Obviously, we've talked about like an Alex Bregman who's going to cost you, but you need someone to me that is going to just be solid, consistent, and that includes on the emotional side. So they might be a regression statistically, but they might be more consistent in what you can expect from them in terms of production and overall just like morale, vibes, and everything like that. So this free agency list doesn't excite me. I think the third baseman they pick up would have to be on the trade block.
Yeah.
To be honest, like you're not getting
a great class.
No, it's not good. It's
Tyler,
not. I mean, the list you have
JD
is,
Davis?
It's not JD Davis.
Out.
Oh yeah, no interest at all. I mean, you're talking about a guy whose best year, like last full year, obviously was 2 years ago, but his best years were, you're talking 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, he's also 31.
He's played
going the wrong direction.
He's played a full season twice in his career. 2022 he played 115. 2023 he played 144, but last year he played 46. I mean, you're talking about a guy when he made his debut, he played 140, I guess, in 2019, but 2021 73 games, 2017 he made his debut. Small sample size, but last year 46 games. I'm not super interested in, especially not as a replacement. But I'm not super interested in JD Davis, period.
All right, Juan Moncada. Again, I'd rather have Alec Bohm. And the reason I'm doing these names in order. There was an MLB list of like best free agent class.
Yeah.
And it was Alec Bregman 1, JD Davis 2,
Correct.
Juan Moncada 3. Like
Correct.
that gives you an idea how bad this class is.
And it only gets worse from there.
Yeah, Juan Moncada, his OPS plus was 117 last year, 275 average, but he only played 40 ABs last year. He's had some peaks in his career. Has shown you pop at points. I'm out. I'd rather just have Alec Bohm.
Well, it's also interesting because as you look at his 40 at-bats in the regular season for last year for the White Sox and the 11 hits that he had in 4 runs, you're also talking about a drop from on that list of going of a 8.6 WAR with Alex Bregman to a 1.7 with JD Davis to a 1.4 with Juan, and then it only gets worse as it goes down with Gio Urshela and the rest of the list. So you're not going to get a quality third baseman on the free agency market. Like if we're shopping, don't go to the store and look for the new items. You got to go to the used thrifting. We got to go to the thrift store. We got to find a trade option of a piece that's you're getting.
Tyler, any interest in Yohan?
Yeah, not particularly.
Yeah.
You guys remember years ago, this guy was kind of the staple piece, the centerpiece of the trade that sent Chris Sale to Boston.
Yeah.
He was expected to be a big time contributor for the White Sox, and he was an okay player throughout his tenure with the White Sox, but pretty banged up over the last couple of seasons. And I would say his last like real true productive year, you're going back to 2020 or 2022. He played in 100 games, but he only hit 212. I mean, you really have to go back to like 2019 to get to his last true productive season. He had 315 that year, 25 home runs, 79 RBIs, high strikeout rates, even when he's only playing as a platoon piece or as a guy who has had some injury history. Struck out 107 times in 92 games in 23. Led the league in strikeouts all the way back in 2018, and that was when he was being productive. This guy really just never became the player that I think the White Sox expected him to, and injuries played a part in that. I also think productivity played a part in that. I really just don't have any interest in Moncada at this point.
Yohan does go by Yo-Yo. That's cute. That's all I got. That's all I got for positivity, guys. That's
all right. Gio Urshela is next up on the list. He played a full season last year, or most of. He had 432 at-bats.
What is his WAR, Jamie? Like a 1.2?
No, 0.7 last year. He's a 9.7 for his career.
Yeah, not even a 1.
Yeah, 250 batting average, 50 RBIs. On base was lame at 286. OPS plus was 82. I'm out.
I'm out, and the rest of us only gets worse.